I'd like to welcome everybody to Redbridge Institute and tell you a little bit about our Greener Futures project. We first got involved with sustainable development around 3 years ago, and we started in a relatively small way, and we devised our strategy with a group of very enthusiastic staff drawn from right across the service and at all levels.
The basic thing that I really wanted to do was get people to switch off their PCs, switch off their screens when they leave their offices. That's why we got really involved in the switch off campaign.
It's quite a simple exercise, but it was effective. We came in, a couple of us, early in the morning and put chocolates on keyboards if they did well and they switched off. If not, they got a note, and we've done that about 6 times so far, and it's been very effective.
The group really have been key in all that we've achieved.
We're very proud of the change we've done in the building, incorporating recycling bins for paper, plastic. Batteries was the latest thing we did, and we also have a bin in every classroom, a recycling bin in every classroom where people can dispose of their papers.
As far as the buildings is concerned, another big change we've had is to improve the lighting here. We've had T5 lamps installed throughout the building, which are energy efficient. We've had the loft insulated fairly recently, and we're looking into cavity wall insulation in the future. We've had double glazing improved over the last few years. We can control the heating on site now, so we can just turn it down a couple of degrees. That does make a big difference. We've upgraded the hand dryers, which are more energy efficient in the toilet facilities. The water fountain in the far lobby, it's been a big success. It saves people obviously buying fresh water. They can use their own cups, whatever, go and fill up their own bottles. Again, anything we can do, it sort of brings it all together for the big picture.
As a college, we've tried doing quite a lot.
Noticed they've cut down handouts, everything's on Moodle now, computer systems, that's really good.
Not only that, when we have to do presentations, we tend to do it on USB, so it's not paperwork, and we'll just completely bring it onto the screen.
We didn't realize until we get the number of copies we are using, how much ream of papers we are wasting. I prepared 15 copies of ITQ level 1. Each tutor is using these 15 copies, and this hard copy is reused throughout the 3 terms. If the learners wanted resources at home, they are available online, which is on the VLE.
It's all on the computer system, so we can access the notes from the tutor instead of her having to give us all loads of handouts.
We are very, very proud of this institute. Instead of having the 18,900 pages of resources, I am currently using only 240 pages of resources. That is a reduction of 98.7%. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, we might not have anything on paper at all.
What we wanted to do was to take everything we'd learnt from the first year or 2 of work in this area and see what difference we could make actually with the learners.
We did a competition which made a big impact with the learners. We asked the tutors to get the learners together to think of ideas that they could make things better for the institute. The mayor came and launched the competition, gave out prizes, and all the hints and tips we have actually implemented, details in induction leaflets and everything else.
The Enviro Champions campaign is about involving the learners in taking more active part in the sustainability. So instead of us going to them and saying, you need to do this, trying to get them involved and do it themselves.
I come by public transport here. That's important to me as well.
We encourage them to walk to the institute or use the public transport instead of bringing their cars.
There's bike racks, even carpooling, try and find out if anyone lives local.
Some of us walk down.
It's really important, whilst we have the learners with us, to take this opportunity to develop their skills and knowledge and understanding of sustainable development, how that can affect the way they learn, what they can contribute in the classroom, and then more importantly, how they can change their own behaviour outside the classroom, in their own homes and with their own communities.
We use a lot of recycled materials in Mosaic because it's a good way of extending our range of colours, pattern, texture, etc. We use an awful lot of plastic lids from food containers for actually putting in the grout, and the food containers themselves for mixing the grout. We particularly tend to use tiles, old crockery, old jewellery. If it's a good colour, we'll use it.
And we've been saying, well, what's the thing we're going to try and do better at? This year I am going to go for more walks, because that's a much more healthy way to do things, isn't it?
We tend to use, for example, as opposed to cotton wool pads, we'll use sponges, because we know that we can wash sponges in really hot water to make sure the bacteria is cleared out. Pouch covers are always there, so therapists can actually do 4 or 5 clients per day, but they don't have to worry about changing this all the time. It's always making sure that we have enough time and also couch covers available so that one can be used for the whole day and put in the washing machine whenever it's necessary.
And then there are some little articles about what we have done already.
There is a colorful bins, so we can put recycle things like bottle, tins, recycle bins for also for batteries, and always turn off your computers when you don't need them.
For homework, we have got model, to check homework and to work on it. That's kind of so to save the planet.
We've always engaged with our local community in terms of training and learning, but a real opportunity to step up in community engagement and to help people to have more involvement and for our activities to have greater impact.
We've been involving volunteers in the Sustainable Development Group. They've been helping with organising events for the Climate Week. They've been helping with the book swap.
The books were charity. People came here and lots of books were sold and all that stuff.
Over the last couple of years we have run a series of big lunches, and we've invited the food bank people along from Redbridge. Staff and learners are invited to donate food, which is then given to the food bank people, and that's distributed to people within the borough.
It was a way of us giving out to the community, having our learners see that there is people in the community that will need our help.
We also had a donation ourselves from Valentine's Mansion last year at the Jubilee lunch, and we have had a tree planted outside in the garden.
Last year I was invited by the principal to help at a tree outside here. The day was really good. We had a bit of eat and drink, and it was really good.
We've got an institute garden which has been there for a number of years, not really been used, and then a couple of years ago we decided to make more of the space really. So we got together a gardening task group, again people volunteered. Now the family learning tutor uses that for classes, and we have actually now got on board a proper scheme of courses, so it really is beginning to take off. We've got a regular booking of courses going ahead. It's just starting sort of quite small, but just showing people how easy it is to grow things in your garden.
Achieving the highly commended award for Best Newcomer is really inspiring others. It really did underline how much work we've successfully done in sustainable development. So I was very proud of Redbridge Institute. It's meant we've been able to come back and build on that success, because we by no means think that's the end of the journey. This is just the start for us.